If you're over the age of 60 and someone has told you that the key to lowering your blood sugar is to stop eating carbohydrates, I need you to hear this very carefully. That advice may actually be making your health worse. Yes, you heard that right. For years, millions of older adults have been told the same thing. Cut bread, avoid rice, stay away from fruit, eliminate potatoes. And while that advice sounds logical on the surface, there is something much deeper happening inside the body. And if you understand this one hidden mechanism, it could completely change the way you think about managing blood sugar forever. And I'm going to explain exactly what that is in just a few minutes, because what I'm about to share may be the missing piece that most doctors, diet plans, and health gurus never explain clearly enough. Now, if you've noticed that your energy feels different than it used to, maybe you wake up feeling tired even after sleeping all night. Maybe you feel sleepy after meals. Maybe your stomach seems to hold on to extra weight no matter what you do. Maybe your doctor keeps mentioning blood sugar numbers creeping higher every year. Then what I'm about to tell you is especially important, because the body after 60 simply does not work the same way it did at 30 or 40, and pretending it does can create serious problems. You probably already know that as we age, our metabolism slows down. That's not surprising. You know, muscles naturally decline with age. That's true too. You know, hormones begin shifting, digestion changes, recovery takes longer, and the body becomes more sensitive to inflammation. That's also true. And when all these things begin happening together, blood sugar regulation starts changing in ways most people never fully understand. Here's where the problem begins. Many people notice rising blood sugar and immediately think carbohydrates are the enemy. So they begin removing them completely. No oatmeal, no fruit, no sweet potatoes, no beans, no whole grains. They become afraid of eating foods their body actually needs. But here's the question nobody asks. If cutting carbohydrates was truly the perfect solution, then why do so many people who follow low-carb diets still struggle with fatigue, stubborn belly fat, constant hunger, and unstable glucose levels? Think about that for a moment. Something doesn't add up. The truth is, your body was designed to use glucose as fuel. Every cell in your body depends on it. Your brain especially loves glucose. The problem is not carbohydrates themselves. The real issue is how efficiently your body processes that glucose. And that brings us to the hidden secret I mentioned earlier. There is one powerful system inside your body that determines whether carbohydrates become clean energy or dangerous excess sugar floating in the bloodstream. And if this system is weak, no amount of carb cutting will fully solve the problem. In fact, it can get worse. I'll reveal exactly what this system is in just a moment, because understanding this could completely change everything. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that some people can eat a full plate of rice, potatoes, fruit, even bread, and their blood sugar stays stable, while someone else eats half that amount and their glucose spikes dramatically? Why do you think that happens? I'd love to know if you've experienced something similar. Tell me in the comments. Have you noticed certain foods affecting you differently now compared to 10 years ago? Because what you've experienced might actually reveal something incredibly important about how your body is functioning right now. Now here comes the answer most people miss. The real issue is insulin sensitivity, not carbohydrates. Insulin is the hormone responsible for opening the doors of your cells, so glucose can enter and be used for energy. Imagine insulin as a key. It unlocks the cell and allows sugar to move out of the bloodstream. But over time, especially after age 60, the cells become resistant. It's almost like the lock begins rusting. The key still exists, but it stops working efficiently, so glucose remains trapped in the bloodstream longer. Blood sugar rises, the pancreas works harder, more insulin gets produced, and eventually the entire system becomes exhausted. Now here's the dangerous part. When people aggressively cut carbohydrates without improving insulin sensitivity, they often lose muscle mass. And this is critical because muscle is one of the biggest glucose absorbers in the entire body. The more healthy muscle you maintain, the more efficiently your body clears sugar from the bloodstream. But after 60, muscle naturally declines every decade, and severe carb restriction can accelerate that decline. Suddenly, the body becomes weaker, metabolism slows further, insulin resistance worsens, and blood sugar becomes even harder to control. So if cutting carbs isn't the answer, what should you do instead? This is where everything changes. Instead of focusing only on removing carbohydrates, focus on improving how your body handles carbohydrates. That means improving insulin sensitivity naturally, and there are 3 incredibly powerful ways to do that. First, move your body after meals. This sounds almost too simple, but it works remarkably well. Even a gentle 10-minute walk after eating activates muscle cells and helps pull glucose directly out of the bloodstream. You don't need intense workouts. You don't need a gym membership. Simply walking calmly after meals tells the body to use incoming glucose immediately, instead of allowing it to linger in circulation. Imagine how incredible it feels knowing that one simple habit can begin helping your blood sugar almost instantly. Second, prioritize protein and fiber before eating carbohydrates. This changes digestion speed dramatically. When you eat protein first, followed by vegetables or fiber-rich foods, carbohydrate absorption slows down. Instead of one sharp glucose spike, the body experiences a smoother release of energy. Think eggs before toast, chicken before rice, Greek yogurt before fruit, lentils before potatoes. Small sequencing changes can create enormous metabolic benefits. Third, build and protect muscle mass. This is the step many people completely ignore. Resistance training after 60 is not about looking younger or building a bodybuilder physique. It is about survival. Muscle acts like a glucose reservoir. The stronger your muscles become, the better your body handles blood sugar. Even simple bodyweight exercises done a few times a week can create noticeable improvements over time. Chair squats, wall push-ups, light resistance bands. Gentle strength work sends a powerful message to your metabolism that your body still needs strength, stability, and energy efficiency. Now, I want you to think about something important. Have you ever felt frustrated because you were trying so hard to eat healthy, but your blood sugar numbers were still not improving? Maybe you blamed yourself. Maybe you thought you lacked discipline. But what if the real issue was never lack of discipline at all? What if you were simply following advice designed for the wrong problem? Sometimes the body doesn't need restriction. Sometimes it needs better support. And this is where you begin noticing something powerful. As you start improving insulin sensitivity, energy begins feeling steadier, cravings begin fading. That heavy, sleepy feeling after meals starts disappearing. Your body begins responding differently. You begin feeling lighter, more stable, more clear-headed. You wake up feeling refreshed instead of drained. The constant cycle of hunger begins calming down, and slowly, sometimes quietly, your health begins shifting in the direction you've been hoping for. Now, remember the open secret I mentioned at the beginning? The reason many people over 60 fail to reverse high blood sugar is because they focus entirely on avoiding carbohydrates instead of teaching their body how to process carbohydrates efficiently. That is the difference. One approach creates fear around food, the other rebuilds metabolic flexibility. And here's something deeply important. Carbohydrates are not inherently dangerous. Your body needs them. The goal is choosing better forms and creating the metabolic environment to use them correctly. Whole fruits, beans, oats, sweet potatoes, lentils, vegetables. These foods provide nutrients your aging body desperately needs. Eliminating them completely can sometimes create deficiencies, weakness, digestive problems, and unnecessary stress. Your body after 60 deserves nourishment, not punishment. It deserves support, not extreme restriction. And the beautiful thing is that small, consistent habits often outperform drastic diets every single time. So if you've spent years believing carbohydrates were the enemy, I hope today helped you see the bigger picture. High blood sugar is not simply about what you eat, it's about how your body processes what you eat. Improve insulin sensitivity, preserve muscle, stay active after meals, pair foods intelligently, and you give your body the tools it needs to restore balance naturally. And imagine for a moment what life feels like when your blood sugar begins stabilizing. Imagine waking up energized. Imagine enjoying meals without fear. Imagine feeling lighter in your body, sharper in your mind, stronger in your daily routine. That feeling is possible. And it often begins with changing one simple belief. You do not need to fear carbohydrates. You need to help your body use them better. If this video helped you understand something new about your health, take a second right now and let me know in the comments. I genuinely love to hear what part surprised you most. And if you know someone over 60 who constantly worries about blood sugar, please share this video with them because this information could genuinely make a difference in their life. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more science-backed health advice designed to help you stay strong, healthy, and thriving as you age. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.